Shalom. I want to start giving all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, and respect and charity to all you brothers out there on the highway and byways pushing His word with sincerity and truth. This is another episode of Performing Arts. And the reason why I named this Performing Arts is because we all are performing to get that part, hoping that we'll be of the elect, and the Most High is the director. So we all performing, okay? That's why I say the performing arts. We all have a talent that we're trying to perform, and hopefully that the Lord will pick us, will choose us, and we'll be delivered and saved, and we'll be of the elect, Lord's willing. So that's why I always, most of the time when you see my videos, I name it Performing Arts, because we all, the Most High is the director, and we all performing to get that part, and that part is being saved, okay? From destruction, you know what I'm saying, in the four corners of the earth, wherever we were scattered above. This is Brother Shemai Basar. Shemai means listen, Basar means good tidings. So I bring you good tidings, which is the gospel of peace. Okay? All right. Now, saying that, I ran across a quick article. I'm not going to go to it. It's called The Message, Finding God in Crisis. Now, you know, a lot of these brochures that we read, you know, when they're talking about God and their message, they're talking about this is coming from the Christian perspective. And the perspective I'm talking about is the Constantine Christian. Okay? But, you know, you take what you could take out of it, and we do what we do. Okay? According to the scriptures. Now, I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to get to this. Now, this particular article is it's called Prison Plan of Action. Magic, and this is by H. Gene Wright II. Magic is one of a few men incarcerated in the state prison facility whose personal transformation has had such a profound positive impact on the very community he once damaged. Magic has served 26 years of a life sentence for a conviction stemming from his drug trafficking activities. Okay? So he wanted, just like a lot of our men, he wanted a so-called better life, you know, so he took the fast way out, you know, and I always mention when I use the scriptures that this is the straight gate, okay? And the lust of the world is the things that may look like it's easy to get, and that's what we want, but the end of the result is death and destruction. Thus says the Lord, not Shemai. Okay? And then it says, continuing on, he limits the decision that took him from living comfortably with his parents and siblings, then serving in the armed forces, selling drugs on the street to living behind bars from the rest of his life. So, okay, now from what you're seeing from that, this boy wasn't bummy. Okay? He wasn't in the hardcore ghetto. He you know, he joined the military from what it says and all that other stuff, but he still wanted to start selling drugs. He wanted more. See, this society makes you feel like you never have enough. Okay? And that's that dealing with the lust. And we got scriptures going and coming after this. But I want to get into the storyline. It says, Magic still tears up when he recounts his selfish desire to remain in the streets. He stubbornly chose his own way as his parents implored him to live up to the morals, work ethic, and life of the service he witnessed during his upbringing. Just like I said, right? Alas, the poor from the streets and peers influence him. See? And that's the lust. Even sometimes the devil work to other people to pull you down. Okay? And then it says, alas, the pull of the streets and peers influenced him. When he had to say goodbye to his family, the courtroom could not hold the sorrowful cries of his three small children, especially those of his 5-year-old sons. It would be 2 years before Magic would see him again. Okay? Then it says, Daddy, I want you to come home with me. His son cried and begged when that visit was over. He refused to leave the room. It was that visit with his now 7-year-old that catalyzed healing and determined within Magic. I realized the damage, hurt, and pain I caused my children. Magic remembered recently of his turning point. He turned to his cell and began to map out how he would positively impact the lives of children of incarcerated parents. Now, the reason why that's important, because you have men that's already out here. Okay, you have men that's already out here in the community and is trying to get men, as the young men, minority men, to come into the fold of righteousness by teaching them through the scriptures. Okay, and at the same time, while these men are on, these watchmen that's watching the nation back and calling them, to tell them about the good news, this gospel of peace through the Bible, they knock us, they curse us out. Okay? And you got men that's already doing that. So my thing is this, that if Psalms 30, I believe Psalm 37, it says, fret not of the wicked in the things they do. See, everything in this society is about money, lust. Okay? And it's not about the Most High. Okay? So when we try to do our own agenda and do our own things, this lust is going to be the death of us. Okay, this lust is like a painted picture that make it look so good, but it's really nothing but thorns and death traps and jinns prepared for you. So you have men of the children of Israel, the seed of Yasha Allah, on the highways and byways that tell these men, our people, which way to go. This is the way. Okay, so they don't get caught up into this madness. All right. Because, see, that's the mystery to them that are unlearned. But that's not the mystery to the nation of Israel. And we've all sharing this gospel to wake up our men that's blind. Okay? And bring them back to their real fold, their heritage. And why are these things taking place? Why is this happening why is the minority is more of the people that's incarcerated? Why is the minority as most of the people that's getting shot down? Why is the minority as most of the people that can't find jobs? Why is the minority as most of the people that's living in poverty? Okay, and how come these heathen nations could come here and get situated quick, fast, and it may take us 20, 30 years and we still don't got enough? Why is that? All right, just to get to the point. Magic determined to give back his community through development of his fathers and children together. It's called FACT program. But see, why do you need a FACT program when you got the scripture program? You got your Hawashah program. And then it says, not have been able to stay connected after incarceration, but can take advantage of the open door as a result of Magic and his internal team. Unfortunately, in 2007, Magic lost his son as he was a victim of murder. All the hard work he had done to stay in the lives of his children, to keep them from ending up in prison or dead, had not been enough to protect his only son. Although the loss was unbearable for Magic, he is more determined than ever to continue to help incarcerated men connect or reconnect with their children. After all, it was a little child that led Magic to change his ways. Right. Now, we're sorry to hear that happen to his son, but we already know, the men that study, that these things are going to take place. And we already know that you need a power behind you. And nobody mentions God. And don't you know all these programs are set up, is still set up by a Jewish man, a so-called Amalek, a heathen nation, and they getting paid for it, and they just put a nigger face, excuse my language, excuse my voice for the things that I'm saying, but it's the truth. They putting him up as a cover up, and they're behind it. Drugs, all that comes in our community is being put in there because these heathen nations want to get rich off of us, and at the same time see us struggle. We are the laughing stock. We are what the Bible say is a proverb and a byword. That's what we are. And then to cover it up, they want to say, "Oh, we're going to put something out here to make this community be better." You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they the ones that front the guns in that community. Okay? It's a bunch of bullshit. But at the same time, you don't hear nobody saying, I power Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, or the Most High. You don't hear them saying that. Psalm 81 and 12. Yeah. Psalms 81 and 12. Here it is. I'll start at 11. Psalm 81 and 11. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. Verse 12. So I gave them up into their own hearts and lust. Since you want to do your own thing, I gave you up. And they walked in their own counsel. See, they walked in their own counsel. What does this guy do? Even though he said he walked in his own counsel. And look what hell it brought him. Because he wanted the finest things in life. He had a decent background, but he wanted more. And that's what this society makes you think, makes you chase after. Dreams, the wanting more. Lust. And that lust brings you to death and snares and traps. Okay? And it says, verse 13. And then it says, verse 13, it says, oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies. See, I would have subdued your enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. That's it on that. I would turn my hand against their adversaries. Okay, against the people that's messing with you, against the people that's pulling you down. Okay? And the only way you're going to get that is through the laws and the testimonies. Okay? So all these programs and fact programs, if it's not the laws and the testimony, if they speak not according to this, which is the laws and the testimony, there's no light in it. At the end of the day, these fact programs or these, NAWCP programs ain't going to do shit for us. Okay? It's going to be hitting a brick wall. The program is, with these scriptures, is to bring us together, the man and the woman with the family, you know what I'm saying? Having us deal with each other in respect, okay? And having us work us our salvation with each other and showing that brotherly love, okay? Because Christ said, you don't love, how can you say you love me? You don't love your own brother, okay? 1 Corinthians 10 and 6. First Corinthians 10 and 6. Now these things were examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. Right, because you lusting after the things of this society. Okay, you lusting after the gods of the society. Okay. The things that they advertise, you see them and they program you with their sorcery and witchcraft through their commercials, and you want them. And then your babies is watching them, and everybody's watching them, and everybody wants this. And this is the way that they think that they should walk in. But they walking in darkness, not in the light. You know you can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? So you still buy it, and now you're behind in your rent. Okay? You know that's another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? But you let the lust in it and you want to take her because you can't get your own. Okay? You lust after the drug to make you feel good, to take away the pain. When you know after that drug go away, when you wake up, you still going to feel the same pain and you still going to be in the same predicament. Okay? And that is the way of death. That is that lust, the way of death. Okay? And yeah, 10 and 6. So the whole matter of the point is that these things make you this lust matter and chasing after your dreams, being rich, it's going to be a snare. Or doing your own thing, because when you want to do your own thing, you want to follow your own counsel. And that own counsel is going after, usually what does a man do this for or a woman do that for? They're lusting after what they heart